Hi, Flosstube, it's Janet with Janet Jabber. I'm coming at you with episode 277. Surprise, surprise, you can hear I don't sound like my normal self. Believe it or not, I don't feel bad. I just am like kind of starting to lose my voice, and that's the only symptom I've had, a little bit of sore throat and losing my voice. So I still wanted to come on and see you this week. I hope you can tolerate the voice because I have a lot to share with you. And believe it or not, I feel like this will be a longer video than normal but then who knows? So we're just going to dive in. So first of all, besides my sickness, and I know there's plenty of other people who are sick also because I watch or see the floss tubes, I want to point out the crazy that's going on in the world and in regards to our climate. Just be like, the fires in Los Angeles, I can barely watch the videos as people come on. I can't imagine that nothing that devastating has ever happened to me. We did get dumped with snow, but again, not snow like other places did. We only had a few inches. It was, fine, manageable. We had the joy of kids playing on the hill and snowing and stuff like that. And then just the bitter cold that is running across so much of our country, parts of the country that don't get that cold. So we are running the gamut here in the United States. So please take care of yourselves. And I don't think this has anything to do with any of the cold, any of that. My sister works in the medical field, and there's just sickness everywhere. The ick is everywhere. So I want to come at you anyway, and try to get this video up to you. So as a reminder, don't forget to look at my description box below. I have a Happy Mail form, and I have links of other information there if you want to check it out. Please do. We wanted to get back to my featured friend, and this one is a friend that I stitch with locally. Christina has done this project right here. We have lovingly called it Deer Butt because it was such a massive stitch for her. This is a Kathy Barrick piece, and it was fun to watch Christina stitch it and to watch her slide into the finish of it. So happily it is off her table and ready for her to get it framed. So thank you very much for showing that, Christina. And I look forward to seeing what next project you jump into. Along with that note, if you would like to have a picture of your stitching shown here, please send me an email at janetjabber@gmail.com and I will get that added to the queue. All right. I have a couple big finishes back from the framer to share with you. And then I've got a lot of stitching. I feel like I touched a lot of things for different purposes, and it's just the beginning of the year where I'm kind of getting in my groove of what I'm doing this for and that. And if you've been here for a while, you know I like to touch lots of different projects, and I do a few little challenges, and it's the beginning of the month. So there's that. All right, first off, back from the framer is both of these are Clouds Factory pieces. The first one is Grimm's Fairy Tales. Oh, I love it. I love this. My daughter came in and helped pick out the frame. This is what the frame looks like. Oh, it is so good. It is just so good. So that is for stitch 1. And number 2 is the other Clouds Factory that I just finished. And this is H.C. Anderson. Again, look at the frame. Oh, so good, so good. So these, I told my daughter, were stitched with the plan to put into my house for my grandkids' room, but I really want the kids to grow up with these. So I told her I want her to take these home and put them up in the grandkids' room, either their bedroom or their playroom. Hopefully that's a quiet drop. Okay, so we'll see. I think she's going to, because I just think that'd be so cool that they'd have the memories of growing up and it being there with them. So that's kind of cool. So that's my finishes for this week. The next thing that I'm going to jump into is my stitching for this week. The first thing that I have is the Blessing Sampler. I'm excited about stitching this one, and there's a few people stitching it, and I'm just excited about it. So I am so close to having all of the words done. This is done, except for there's some here and here, and then it's just to frame it. So I am coming along on it. I stitch a little over 100 a day, minimum of 100 by 109, 114, something like that. So looks good. I'm excited about it. And I changed this up from what the original was right there. one pile to the next, and we'll see if I don't fall and tumble stuff down. The next thing I have been stalling on stitching, and this is I've stitched a little bit on it, but my creativity is what was stalling me. So this is the Sampler Seasons Winter by Blueberry Ridge. There's a couple of us stitching this. We started it on the first day of winter, and I'm going to show you what it's looking like. Basically, I have the two sides of the border done, and you notice this is a variegated thread. And then I pulled out, it's called the Colors, I think is what it's name of it, by DMC. And then I pulled out the full 4 colors that are in that, and I was just gonna like put it everywhere. I'm gonna show you a picture of the chart that I colored in, but I have a cute, funny story to share. So basically, I assigned each color a color marker or pencil so that I could I work better creativity-wise if I like do this. I can't just like, oh, let me put this color here, let me put this color. I just can't do that. And I'm not even great at this, but I'm gonna flash this real quick because it is the chart, but it's a colored over chart. So this is what I did. So my husband saw me sitting there coloring it, and he was like, do you have to do that to every chart you do? And I was like, no, and clearly you don't pay attention when I cross stitch most of the time, because when do you ever see me with colored pencils out? But it was super cute, and I thought that was funny. So that makes me much more comfortable to like move on and get into the guts of that now. So that it should have a few of those motifs, let's hope, shown this week. All right. The next thing that is, I call it my monthly focus. My cat moved the tripod and it is like rubbing. Is Winter Garden by Hello from Liz Matthews. This is what it'll look like. I believe this was like a stitch along with Stacie, the Thread and Needle Stitchery. And I know my friend Chrissy finished it, and I like started it with them, and then I just dropped it. I think I started it, did the border, dropped it. But this is where I'm at with it now. And it is on a 40 count. It is so dainty. I love how it's turning out. So we'll see. This one is not planned for a finish at all. I just want to move it along. My next piece that I have is because of Whippagories with SammyJ. I don't remember the categories, and I think I've already done a couple of them, but this one was probably fantasy would be my guess. Year 4 Frogworts by the Black Needle Society. And I put in just kind of a little bit, really. Maybe a little more than a little bit. A little bit. Basically, since you've seen him last, I added the words here and the beginning of this little motif. It has some back stitching that still needs to be done. So just a little bit, but every little bit counts, and I'm moving that along. I need to see if I can check that book out again and listen to it while I stitch it, or watch the movie while I stitch it. Maybe that'll be something I do this week. Probably not. I got appointments. I don't know why. It sounds like a great idea, and I'm like, oh no, wait, I got appointments. All right, the next thing that I stitched on, I started this on New Year's Eve with a couple of my friends, and I am super excited that I just decided to pick it up and work on it a little bit more. So this is Mirabilia's The New Year Fairy, and this is where I got to it. It's kind of like the fabric is an easy stitch for me. So basically, since I saw you last, I added the wings. I think since I've seen you last, I added this and the darker here. If not, I just added the wings. I don't remember exactly where it was when I saw you last, but I know the wings this last weekend for sure. Again, and somebody's probably saying, how does she stitch so much? I feel like it's just a little bit. So I just take a pocket time and I'm able to sit. This clearly is slowing me down from talking. Okay, the next one is the Christmas Gingerbread Village, and I am going to stitch on this every single month. So I want to give it like 300 stitches every single month. So there's that. And I think I'm thinking about changing up the snow with Silk Lame, but I don't have enough of it, so we'll see. And my LNS doesn't carry it. All right, so I had the whole border done, and basically I did the white down here, like in the window. I filled in the door, added this little guy, that, and the red dots in the house for the 300 stitches for this month. So super exciting in regards to that. Okay, the next thing, the bandwagon I jumped on, was the temperature stitching, where I assigned, like Jessie Marie does stuff, 1 stitch gets 2 digits so that they can get seen. So I had 3 projects that we're required to stitch on for the temperature stitching. This one, why I chose this is one of them, I don't know. Maps of Pucker and Hollow. I'm modifying it, so basically I'm chopping off it around in here, but I'm like redirected even the river, so I'm just like putting the motifs in there that I like. But that means creativity, and that means it slows me down. So there's that. So here's where I'm at on it. And for my stitches, I had to have like 400 stitches on this. I filled in the water here and worked on the water here a little bit. So kind of boring. And I already know I've got more stitching on it to do. So I'm doing it like Jessie Marie, where I pull like from Tuesday to Monday, I pull the digits. So that's when I stitch on Tuesday. So that is that. The next one that got a little bit of stitching, this only had 1 day of stitching required, so 100 stitches on Sunflower Farm. And I just worked on the little girl a little bit. This is where it's at. So what I did, if I can show you just the little girl, let me just do this again. If I can show you just the little girl, the turquoise, which you can still see on the needle, and then I was filling in some of the yellow. I feel like she already has another day coming at her too. This one I do not believe has another day. I have to double check my results. So Strength and Dignity by The Proper Stitcher. And this is basically just some leaves that needed to be put on. So I had the branches already done, and I had to put, I think, 100 leaves in, or 100 stitches for leaves. So I think that's kind of cool to watch these come along, and it lets me touch more projects, and I don't know, I enjoy it. So I had a new start since I seen you last, and I'm still experiencing startitis, so I'm going to have more starts because they're already planned for this week in my head. So that'll be a thing for next week. But the new start that I have is I have all 4 of Hands-On Designs gathering, small gatherings. I had stitched one, I had Gather Blessings, so I started Gather Memories, and basically that's all I got is Gather Memories. But I know this week I'm also going to start, I'm going to try to get the words done on this and the words done on this, and I'm doing that on purpose so that like it makes me move them along and know that they're there, because sometimes I can be like, when I'm in a starting mood I want to start, but then when I get into the I just want to pull and work on projects, I do that, and then like that series got forgotten because I don't know, I wasn't in the starting mood. One last start to show you, and it's Clouds Factory's the Stitchers Book Club. Here is basically just the graphics, because we don't know what it's going to be. This was the first drop on January 10th. And this is where I'm at on it. This section is Tolkien, The Hobbit, and then the other section is that was released was Frankenstein. Again, these can be very stitchy. The drop for this, I'm not planning to keep up on this one. The drop was like 3,300 stitches, and with all my other stitching, I just will not keep up on this. And you change the colors a lot. You can already see a lot of color changes there. But I thought, hey, I'll read the book, listen to the book as I'm doing those. So there's that. I forgot one piece of stitching to share with you, and it was my Afghan. I have this before picture of the section that I'm working on, and here's where I'm at. So I am doing Sunday Afghan stitching. I am super happy with the progress that I made on this. This looks amazing. I know that the butterfly wings go shoo. So I don't know, that's cool. The body's done and some of the inside of the wings are done. Love it. That was fun to put I put like 500 stitches in it. It just it was my dedicated Sunday stitch. So that was cool. That is my stitching as far as I have sitting here. So hopefully I remembered everything. The next thing I have is I got a mailing in from Stacie at Thread the Needle Stitchery. I had one of this series when I was putting them into my the Notions app to take track of my inventory, and I was like, oh, I forgot. I wanted the other 2 in this series, and that series that I'm talking about is the greatest of these. So I already had Faith, and I needed Love and Hope. I want to stitch these, all 3 of them, and put them on. Oh, that'll be gorgeous. I am super excited about it, to be honest with you. I was like, what colors is it? Okay. Yep. Sorry. Distracted. Squirrel. And then my friend EJ at Sunshine Stitchers sent this along to me as a chart. And I've actually wanted to get a few of these and I've just always stalled on it. So this was one of them that I wanted. So I was like, yes, please. I would take that. I have two. I thought I had 2 cards. Yep, I do. 2 cards that I received in the mail. This beautiful handmade card that I just love. I think that is so awesome when people make handmade little cards. And this is from Katrina. Thank you very much. And I got a beautiful thank you card also. Oh, wait. And 2 stickers and a beautiful thank you card from Sabra. I think that, I'm messing your name up. I know I am. So thank you very much for these cards, ladies. I appreciate them, and I love me some stickers. So I am a put stickers on your water bottle girl kind of girl. So that is awesome. Again, I already mentioned that I'm feeling the start. So I know off the top of my head, 100%, me and a bunch of other people are starting the Nora Corbett Christmas Eve carriers. I call them my reindeer project, but this is the one I'm going to start with. And my sister had the great idea to do 3, 3, and 3. So the 3 that is, I have them pulled, but they're not here with me. This is the first one in the 3 for this one. I chose the fabric, my sister and I chose the fabric of Dove. So it's a Lugana, so it'll be, it's a little bit lighter than the called for, but I really wanted the Lugana, and I already knew that Lugana dyed lighter, so it is what it is. So this is going to get started. And I know that I'm going to probably start a berry this week because I just I have that already kitted up. I also have the mini houses that I got mine from Sammy. I'm going to probably start that this week. I don't know, is that 3 or 4? I don't know, 3 or 4. All right, so beyond that, I need to do some organizing still, I've been trying to do all the organizing, then I sit here to record and I'm like, this room needs some organizing. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm still at the beginning of the year, like organizing my brain and what needs to be done. So as plans for this week goes, we'll see. I'm feeling like if I'm not going to be talking, I may get extra stitching done. So I don't know. But I do have like appointments this week. I have like 4 appointments. So that takes the time away. So we'll see when I come back with you because I don't know. At least my appointments are like in and out that I can know of because I sat in the dentist chair for 2 hours last week having a bridge worked on, and I have to go back this week to have it placed. All right, so I was FaceTiming with some friends, and I love doing that so much, but the grandkids were involved, and it was so cute. The grandkids love all the waves and stuff like that. It was so cute for them to see them. I did that this week. I did a snow walk with my dogs. I have a picture, hopefully, that I'm sharing. I have a tiny little video of Ozzy playing in the snow while Grandma stayed inside and snuggled with Henry, and and then yeah, it's like off the top of my head, that's all I can think of. My husband got his project car started and it didn't blow up. He was happy to report that to me this weekend, and I don't know. I feel like I'm sure there's a whole bunch more to say, but I'm forgetting what it is between like this. And just so you know, I'm not in pain. It just sounds this way. That's the weird thing about this whole thing, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Lots of hot tea, chicken bone broth, doing all the things to just move myself along. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. So maybe you can find someone with a not so raspy voice to listen to. I love you guys all. Please stay safe out there. Have a great week. Please just keep stitching, enjoy life, and I'm sending you so much love. Bye.